Jason Statham was born on July 26, 1967 in Shirebrook, Derbyshire, England. Jason Statham is a British actor who has a net worth of $90 million. When combined with his longtime partner, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, the two have a net worth of $120 million. His dozens of films have grossed multiple billion of dollars at the worldwide box office. As a result, Jason is one of the highest-paid action stars in the world today. He can regularly earn $10 plus million for a single film in which he is the primary star. Jason is best known for the films The Italian Job, The Transporter, The Bank Job, Crank, Spy, Fast and Furious franchise, and The Expendables. Profession: actor, model, martial artist, film producer, voice actor, diver. Nicknames: J, the Staff. Trademark: often works with director Guy Ritchie. Gravelly voice. Buzzcut. Roles in action films. Muscular physique. British accent. Sarcastic sense of humor. Jason Statham's height: 5 feet 8 3/4, 174.6 centimeters. You only get one shot in your life, and you might as well push yourself and try things. Looking good and feeling good go hand in hand. If you have a healthy lifestyle, your diet and nutrition are set, and you're working out, you're going to feel good. If you're going to do something, do it with style. The best things in life sometimes happen spontaneously. The most frustrating thing about injuries is that they take so bloody long to heal. I think we're all sensitive. Everyone has a certain way about themselves that people don't like to let their emotions out too often. I think people tend to suppress them and hold them in, so I think there's a bit of that in me. I've come from nowhere, and I'm not shy to go back. I've always had a fascination with cars and racing, not that I've ever competed. I love people who have a good sense of humor, tell a good story, tell a good joke. You should never assume about someone. Whatever you do, do it to the extreme. I've smashed myself around, been on crutches, and broken a couple of bones when I was a kid. I was running around and bouncing out of the pram as a baby. The physical DNA has always been part of our family. My dad was a good boxer and gymnast. My mom is a ballroom dancer, and my brother does martial arts. My mom and dad used to tell me, "You've got to see this film," and they were influential to a high degree of the films I saw as a kid. If you got a good imagination, a lot of confidence, and you kind of know what you are saying, then you might be able to do it. I know a lot of colorful characters at home that would make great actors. All of the stunt men, these are the unsung heroes. They really are. Nobody is giving them any credibility. They're risking their necks. Bruce Lee was just so lightning fast. People try to emulate him in whatever way they can, but to try and do what he was doing. You're just inspired by it. You're not trying to say, "Look, I can do that." No one can do what he did. If someone's got a fear of heights, they'd probably say, "Well, hanging off a helicopter at 3,000 feet above downtown LA would be the scariest." For me, that's a day's work, something I was very happy to do. Every actor has a strength, and sometimes you just respond to things that you see yourself better at. I'm aware of what I can and can't do. Take a martial art or a sport. Something that gives you a skill, engages the body, and allows you the possibility of being great, or at least being active. You'll find your confidence. Without it, you're nothing. It's the remedy for everything. A bespoke shirt is one of the true luxuries that you can acquire. There's nothing better than a fitted shirt. Once you've picked up your first one, you'll never stop buying them, providing you can pay for it. I like fashion. My mum was a dressmaker, believe it or not, so the consequence of that was that all my clothes were homemade. And I looked like a terrible mess until I was old enough to buy my own. But I love good tailoring. I love getting dressed up in a suit because I don't do it all the time. I've always got a home in England. My family and friends are there. It's a place I hold very close to me. A movie, it's like a very complicated timepiece. There's a lot of wheels in a watch. And some of those wheels, if they don't turn right, then, the watch ain't gonna tell the time. How long you can continue to be good at something is how much you believe in yourself, and how much hard work you do with the training. Once you expose your private life, if you give one little bit, the floodgates are open and everyone's got a free range for you. There's so much more danger in someone where you really don't know what they're going to do. And you don't know what they're really capable of, rather than someone who's trying to be physically tough. With The Expendables, you have such a brilliant mess of the greatest action stars of all time, so you're in for the ride with those people. My role model is Sly Stallone. Homefront was written by Sylvester Stallone. He actually wrote it for himself, which is, for me, an amazing privilege. To be handed a script by Sly that he wrote for himself, that he asked me to do. Working with Sylvester Stallone is beyond a pinch yourself moment. I remember growing up watching his films. The action movie genre is a very difficult one to get satiated in terms of your acting bits. I'm not a method actor, I hope you know that. I've never had an acting lesson in my life. I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing. If you're gonna do action movies, you're gonna get an injury at some point. It's inevitable. I love Tony Jaa. He's one of the best and most capable martial arts stuntmen in the world. Jet Li was very busy. I've been inspired by a lot of his movies. I'm naturally a protective person to those close to me. I'm enthusiastic and ambitious, and I work hard. Revenge is a caustic thing. I say, breathe in, breathe deeply, let it go. People who are in a position of power like to throw their weight around, and that becomes abuse. Each director maintains a different personality. Either you get along, or you don't. Action comedy, if you can get it right, it is, for me, a particularly brilliant genre, it really is. A lot of actors are frustrated because they want to do things that are different and test themselves. Character actors are always looking for something the opposite of what they did. I remember the first time I saw Robert De Niro at a party. I didn't want to run over and shake his hand. I wanted to admire him from a distance. Later, I ended up making a movie with him, and that was fantastic. You got to be careful mentioning people as great as Clint Eastwood. You can't put me in the same sentence as that man. The Rock is The Rock, you know? He's the ultimate athlete, the professional man with precision. And you want precision from a 270-pound living, walking brick wall. Look at someone like Edward Norton. A truly phenomenal actor. He's definitely went to school and trained. If we want to talk about the movies that have made an impact in what I do in the action realm, Bruce Lee and Enter the Dragon. I've watched that countless times. People love stories about the Mafia, The Godfather, American Gangster. I like crime thrillers. I like heist movies. London and LA are two opposites. I like the difference. And if people come up and say they like the movies you're in, it's a great compliment. I like to meditate, but I get rid of my stress at the gym. I tend to leave people alone that I admire. Most guys, tough or not, hide emotions. I know a lot of tough guys. They're just as weak as the next man, but they don't show it. There's a voice in all of us, and you can only get expressive through words. There's a limit to what you can do without speaking. It's good to step out of the box, but don't step out so far that you can't get back in.